Hi, this is the Fiery Joker, and today's video is going to be different. As you're all most likely aware, I hate Okami. Yes, I quite frankly bludgeoned you at that point. And I've received a lot of backlash for it. It was not entirely unexpected. Usually I would just respond to these hate comments with just a comment and I would forget about them. But one in particular interested me. This person, Master of Foxes, released an entire video about my opinion of Okami. I was going to ignore her, but, I took this time and thought, I think I'll have a little fun. Just make a response to it for the laughs, It's been a while since I've done this, so here we go. This is going to be the Fiery Joker's response to Master of Fox's response to my response to Okami. Wow, that was a mouthful.
Hello, everyone. This is Master Fox's 727 with another commentary. This time, I'm commentating on a guy who doesn't like Okami. Now, I know what you're thinking. Let this guy have an opinion, right? I'm not saying that this guy can't have an opinion. I'm saying that I want to listen in and see what I have to say about him, to see how valid his points are and how they would hold up. Nothing wrong with that, right?
No, nothing at all. As long as what you say is valid and you give constructive criticism, I'm not going to turn you away. I'm always willing to improve.
Seriously, red text on a background, which it might not show up on if it's in lower qualities.
If your computer can't run it, that's not my fault.
First of all, you're really quiet.
Well then, turn up the volume. You seem to understand me just fine. Why are you complaining?
Though, audio is something I shouldn't really be talking about because my own audio is shit.
Not really. I can understand you. As long as you're able to be understood, there's no problem.
Secondly, reasons you'd rather not talk about. Sounds fishy. Actually, that is the most common excuse of someone who knows they done goofed. Yeah, you done goofed, son. You done goofed.
Do you act like this with everyone? Oh, hey man, what's up? Not now. I don't want to talk about it. Aw, you done goofed, didn't ya? That's what happened, right? No, that's not what happened. You done goofed, didn't ya? You done goofed!
I wonder what that could be. I'm intrigued. Note the sarcasm in my voice.
We're not idiots. We can tell when you're being sarcastic. You don't have to be so condescending to your audience, I'm of course referring to the comment I made about Okami.
Called it.
Yay! You want a cookie? I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Mind telling us why? And no stupid reasons, please.
What's a stupid reason?
I've had enough of those. Now, I'm not saying that he isn't allowed to not like something, but people need valid reasons for it.
What's a valid reason?
Like, I don't like Twilight because it's shallow and there's no storyline.
Excuse me? I'm not saying Twilight is good. I think it's freaking terrible. But it has a storyline. Alright. First book. Girl falls in love with vampire. She almost dies. Second book. Vampire leaves her. Werewolf comes into her life and it forms a love triangle. Third book. Vampire versus werewolf war. Trust me, it's not as cool as it sounds. Fourth book. Girl gets pregnant. Twilight has a storyline. Do you just spout off words that you don't know the meaning of?
Just as you have the right to criticize something within reason, other people have the right to criticize you. Get the fuck over it.
Do you not listen? I said hate messages, not criticism messages. I word myself carefully to avoid these kinds of misunderstandings, but obviously, I'm not doing a very good job.
What's the matter? Can't handle other people's opinions?
People have the right to criticize me, not threaten me with death. Oh yeah, it's gotten that bad. Real classy, Okami fanboys, real classy. You're really making me like your game more.
What, you're allowed to have an opinion and we aren't? Sounds like someone doesn't know free speech, or the clause in free
Lady,
speech
can you
that
move on?
permits commentary and criticism. If you put something up on the internet, it's free to criticize or commentate on, and there's no
Move
way
on,
to
lady.
stop
You've
it.
made your
Even if
point.
you disable those comments, people are still going to commentate
Come
on
on,
your
you're rambling. Wrap it up.
commentary like this, and there's no way you're gonna stop
Shut
it.
up!
And fake copyright notices and whatnot, that's a dick move.
Lady!
And if you do that, you're a dick. End of story.
The reason I didn't go into more depth into why I hated Okami in my video is because I was just staying on topic.
Going into detail why you don't like something is staying on topic.
Lady, you do not understand. The video in question, Top 10 Things I Hate in Video Games, my number 1 was repeating previous segments of a game, and Okami was used as an example. I'm not going to go into a full-blown tirade about why I hate Okami, because the topic was repeating previous segments of a game, not Okami. It's called being focused. I said I hated Okami at the end because I always do buzzes like that at the end. And you would know that if you paid attention to my videos. Do you do no research?
The PS2, it's not really all that immersive or control-wise friendly. At least I found it that way.
Care to explain what you mean by that?
I said I didn't find it immersive. What more do you want? Meaning, if you know what the word immersive means, is that the control doesn't feel natural or flowing. Was I not clear?
And it's the version that I have, and I love it. It's my favorite game of all time.
Okay, you like Okami. I don't. I'm glad we got that sorted out. Okay, bye-bye. Let's go.
The controls can be a little iffy at times, especially with the painting control.
At times. Well then, I must be the unluckiest guy on the planet because it takes me 3 tries every time to just bloom a friggin' clover! How can the game not register that I'm drawing a stupid circle?
Control is the best that they could do with the control scheme that they had.
That's not an excuse. Just because you work hard for something doesn't automatically make it good. You got... Yoda, can you help me out here?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Thank you. You either succeed in accomplishing the task, or you don't. Okami did not accomplish the task.
I found the Wii version a lot more immersive with the whole painting aspect.
Well, of course you did. The Wii has motion controls. The PS2 does not.
Thank you! We really needed that to be pointed out!
You don't know what you're talking about, do you? Okami is more than a button masher. There are special moves that you can learn from the dojo. Of course, you have to shell out some yen for them.
Okay, assuming you saw me play Okami, oops, you didn't, then you would know that I went to the dojo, I learned all the moves he had to teach me, and I still made that judgment. You assumed I didn't go to the dojo. As usual, you are jumping to conclusions.
Also, it's called a reflector, not a shield. Get your facts straight.
That's irrelevant.
Also, of course, there's going to be response issues when you're talking about the Wii version. It's motion control.
That's not an excuse. If there's response issues, there's response issues. Super Mario Galaxy didn't have any response issues. Twilight Princess didn't have any response issues. So what has Okami done that warrants it a free pass?
I have never played Dynasty Warriors before, so I have no room to talk about it, and as such, I will not comment on that.
No comment.
Wait. Didn't you just say that you hated button mashing? I found the beads to be the most button mashingest weapons in Okami. You're contradicting yourself already.
How is that contradictory? I had fun with the beads and not the shield. What more do you want? Oh, excuse me. Reflector. Because I have to call them by their proper name in order to have credibility.
You might want to edit out your pauses. That's what I do.
Okay. My hands are up on this one. Yes, I do have a tendency to pause and stutter. Yes, I forget what I say and I have to recollect my thoughts. I try to go through these in one take. I'm currently working on means to change that because, quite frankly, this is unprofessional. I was hoping that these would make me a better public speaker, but they haven't. I'm terrible at improvisation. Your claim is valid.
The power you're referring to, Veil of Mist, it's not that bad. Sure, it slows down everything, but it's no game breaker.
Alright, this is a fundamental rule of gaming. If you give a player too much power or too much freedom, they will abuse it. The Mist power is one such power, and I can't resist using it because I'm a freak. I spent all my level ups on ink upgrades and all my money on Infinity Stones because I couldn't resist using the Mist power because it breaks the game and makes me virtually unstoppable. I'm a freak. Sue me.
Again, you can upgrade them, with a little work of course. Like for example, the Thunder power. You can upgrade it so that all you have to do is draw a Thunderbolt and summon lightning.
Oh yes, because those powers were so memorable, because I used them so many times.
Or you just suck at the game.
And here we go, the you hate the game because you suck at it argument. A very invalid argument. This argument is invalid because it is based on the assumption that you know how I play. You don't, unless you're psychic. You have no idea how I play Okami. And for the record, Okami was easy. I didn't die once. Your argument is invalid.
'Cause battles, for me, usually do not last more than a couple minutes, at the most. And even if they did, it's usually because I just didn't know what to do at that moment. But it's pretty easy to figure it out.
Yeah, they're very easy to figure out how to kill, but they take a long time. I don't want to fight the same puzzle boss every time I go into a battle. That's just irritating.
I mean, the Guardians pissed me off for the longest time. And, yeah, I figured out that what you should do is attack them from afar and use Veil of Mist. When you have it, that is.
No one cares about your grand exploits of Okami. In case you haven't noticed, I did it too. It's nothing special.
Or are you just bitching because it's so hard to figure it out? Your puny little brain could hardly fathom what to do.
Insults. Lady, if you're going to argue like an adult and not like a child, then you will refrain from insults. With that, you have crossed the line from just providing arguments to whining. I did not insult you once throughout this entire video. I expect the same amount of respect from you.
I think it's the latter, and the fact that you suck at the game.
You're jumping to conclusions based off an assumption. This is really getting old!
As for your complaint about repeating enemies, I don't see it.
You didn't see it? Am I just imagining things?
The story is stupid.
Tell that to the Japanese. And I guarantee you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Are you trying to instigate a fight? Because that's what it sounds like. Lady, you do not want to go down that road.
The story of Okami is based off the legend of Amaterasu and Orochi.
No! Really?
If you say that the story is stupid, you're calling Japanese mythology stupid.
No, I'm not! If I say the story for Disney's Alice in Wonderland is stupid, I'm not saying that about Charles Dodgson's original novel. Okami is based off the legend, it's not the original story. Where did you learn to argue?
I bet that Japanese people will not take kindly to that.
Oh noes! I insulted a game based off Japanese mythology! Some of them might get offended! Call the police!
You've hurt my feelings. Oh, you've offended me. There is no greater sin on earth than to hurt somebody's stinking feelings. My feelings. Here's $10. Buy a spine.
And then all of a sudden, Waka tangos with Amaterasu.
That right there is called complexity of emotion.
Excuse me? Waka tangoing with Amaterasu while delivering a future sight isn't complexity of emotion. It's just random!
Of course, it wasn't all going to be serious. Of course, it's not going to be all dramatic. If that was the case, it would be pretty boring.
They ruined an emotional scene with something stupid. There's a time and place for comedic moments. Okami doesn't know what those are.
You obviously do not have a sense of humor then. Then again, I'm probably talking to some dude who thinks that Family Guy is the epitome of funny.
Or maybe we have different ideas of what humor is because we're different. Ever think of that?
What's the matter? The game didn't spoon feed you? Are you a big baby? Wah.
You are trying my patience!
You're acting like a child. You claim to give constructive criticism. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty destructive to me.
I admit, I had a little trouble too, but when I look back at when I had troubles, it was obvious I wasn't paying attention.
If I didn't know where I had to go, if I didn't know what I had to do, the game didn't make it very clear on what I had to do. If I'm not playing the game right, using the information that the game itself provides, that's on the game's head, not mine!
Again, depth of character. Also, they're supposed to be serious at one point when they're talking to Amaterasu.
It doesn't give the characters depth, it makes them look schizophrenic!
For the record, at least I would refer to the gods as their proper names, like Nurigami and Yomigami. Yomigami being the dragon, and Nurigami being the snake.
So what if I don't refer to the gods by their actual names? I'll have to refer to Shakespeare. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. In other words, nobody cares!
People refer to it as mother to us all. So is it a girl? Well, that can't be right because it was ogling over multiple women's breasts.
Wait. Are you trying to tell me that a woman or a female of any sort cannot ogle another female? Are you homophobic or against lesbians? Or are you just stupid?
Alright. Because of the sensitivity of this issue, I am going to take special precautions in order that what I say will not be taken the wrong way. Because obviously I didn't do a good enough job last time. Because of my job and status, I am not allowed to publicly state my opinion on an issue as controversial as homosexuality. But I will say this. I said nothing bad about lesbians. I said nothing bad about homosexuality. I implied nothing bad about homosexuality. The fact that the main character in question, Amaterasu, might be a lesbian or a bisexual, for that matter, never even crossed my mind. You know what really ticks me off? That this sensitive issue was not brought up until you said it. There was no indication that I had a problem, but you had to bring it up. Real classy!
And also, a little bit of the fun of the Okami franchise comes from guessing Amaterasu's gender.
Did I look like I had fun?
That amnesia type thing that you're referring to is actually what fuels the plot and the gameplay.
It fuels the plot? I didn't notice. Maybe if they would put more emphasis on it, I would care!
The gameplay is fueled by that. How else would she have forgotten her brush techniques and have to regain them?
There are better ways of pulling off a Metroid. This is not one of them.
The fault there lies not with the game, but with the hardware.
That's not an excuse! If it doesn't work, it doesn't work!
Also, you got some of the terminology wrong. It's praise, not worship. And it's bloom, not heal.
Goodness gracious alive, lady! No one cares! If I got the point across, I got the point across!
I disagree with you there. I loved Shinshu Field's theme and Ryushima Coast. Not to mention Hana Valley. Those are beautiful songs. Beautiful. And I think they were masterfully done. And it's just, I like them. I have to disagree with you there. Though someone might tell me, hey, his taste is subjective, as is yours. I know it's subjective. But I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, so we finally have an understanding! Good, at least you respect my opinion on something! Ugh!
Damn right it's beautiful! Why are you complaining then? If it's so beautiful, why are you complaining?
Wow. I compliment the game. And you take offense to that. That's pretty sad.
You didn't even give a reason as to why you hate the graphics.
I didn't! I was complimenting it! All I was doing was talking about it!
It sounded like you had something to say, yet you didn't say it.
Hey, that's on your head, not mine!
Cut!
Any respect for you that I might have had at all, you just lost it. That explosion was lame. That whole thing was lame. It was so lame that Squares from the old era would even laugh. It's so lame.
Get a thesaurus!
Makes you look like the irate gamer.
How does me dubbing Team Fortress 2 audio over a scene from Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 make me the irate gamer?
So, in conclusion, this guy cannot rate a game, especially games like Okami, which he just doesn't get.
No, I understand completely. You are simply a little girl who can't take that I don't think her perfect game is able to be criticized. So you resort to petty insults and getting mad about me not using the proper terminology. You jump to conclusions. You made assumptions. Particularly my favorite, that I suck at the game. How would you know? You've never seen me play! If you like the game, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. Alright? People praise Okami for the very reasons I hate it. I've accepted that. Why can't you? If you can't handle that I'm stating my opinion, as fact, tough beans. That's kind of the point. Angry Video Game Nerd didn't get where he was by sugarcoating his opinion. He went right out and told you exactly what he thought about it. I'm doing the same thing. And you know what? It's working pretty well for me so far! People like you enjoy it when I'm merciless to video games. But as soon as I criticize something you like, suddenly I lose all credibility. That's hardly fair. If my opinion makes you mad, that's your problem.
Cut!